welcome back to Bring It to Life with Gail. Today is another Christmas in July series 2022, and it's called The Unexpected. I had found this item at I believe I found it at the auction, and I just spruced it up and changed all of the decor on it and put it for sale at my booth. However, it didn't sell, but I brought it back for the Christmas in July. You will see that in my booth tour that I put it there for the Christmas in July sale that I'm having. And plus another bonus at the end. So I really hope that you enjoy this series. I really put my heart into it, and I am so glad that I get to present all of these videos to you this year, and all of the hard work didn't go to waste. So enjoy Christmas in July 2022. Okay, so I am taking the Snowshoe. I took it apart because I just wanted to fluff up the bow a little bit and add some greenery to this, and maybe even a couple of hanging jingle bells. I love the Santa Claus bow. I think it's absolutely, they did a great job. However, I just felt like it needed more, so that way it'll be easier for me to resell. So I'm going to work on the bow, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach some greenery to this. And now I took it from just a snowshoe with a bow, basically that's what it looked like, to a little bit more than that. Okay, so what I grab is 2 stems of my Amazon purchase. I grabbed one of these Dollar Tree mistletoe, it says, from the Christmas house. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off here. Always take your tags off. And what I'm kind of going to do is kind of like a swag kind of deal. So separate your stems, and then you're going to do kind of a small swag. So let me show you. Hold on. So I always separate my stem. I know I want to use 2 of these with the berries on it. So I'm going to. And the Dollar Tree stems are pretty easy to cut off. So I'm going to use 2 of those. And then I really like the greenery on this one. So I'm going to cut this. A couple of these. The center one because it's the tallest. And then you just work with it as you go. Let's see. If you don't have a snowshoe, maybe you have something else that you want to put a little swag to it. So, and reuse, you know, if you want to reuse something, you just want to, you know, change the look, you can just do something like this. So here I have the first one and then the second one. So I'm just, and then I have my bow. So you kind of want to measure. Let me show you. So the bow is pretty wide. So you kind of want to have some way to attach it to the back, but you kind of want to see some of the greenery. You see what I'm talking about? So then I'm going to attach one of those and one of those, maybe a little like this. Separate it a little bit, or you might just have to do 2 swags if it's not long enough. So then you have this little swag right here, and I'm going to use some wire and wire it together. Oopsies. And then you're going to cut your wire. Okay, spruce this up a little bit, like so. And then you want to do your other one. So that's one side. And then you have your other side that you just want to do kind of like the same thing. Make sure you fluff up your leaves because the Dollar Tree ones tend to be a little bit wrinkly sometimes. But it's still a great product for the price, that's for sure. Not complaining at all. And there's the second one, and then I'm just going to take the same wire, and I'm just going to wire around the base here. And then I'm just going to kind of put them together and see what it looks like with the bow. What happens when you don't have enough space? Okay, so now don't worry about your bow. You can always fluff it up again later. And you see how it's going to look with the greenery behind it? So it's going to add to this snowshoe. So I'm going to go ahead now, because I know where it's at. I'm going to twist my wire around it to secure it. And if you want to secure it some more, you can always use some floral tape. Let me show you what that looks like. So I know I want to add some jingle bells. I got these last year at Walmart. They were $1.98 for 2. So what I'm trying to do is, I know that there's a loop in here. So that way I can, instead of having it just like this, I can have one higher than the other one, or, you know. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach all of these together to the bow, and then reattach it after the snowshoe dry. I did take the hose to it. It's a little chilly, but I went ahead and took the hose to it, so I feel like it's cleaner. A little bit of dust on there. So just trying to pick this apart. Okay, maybe it was not attached together. Let's see. Ooh, okay. All right, so there is a little string hanging, but that's not a big deal, because I do want to hang him like this with some greenery. Let's go to it. This is floral tape. As you use floral tape and you pull on it, it gets sticky. So it sticks to itself. You just pull on it and you wrap around. As you're wrapping, you keep pulling. You'll feel your finger get sticky a little bit. So just keep doing that until you feel like it's secure enough not to come apart. And especially in this case, you know, I'm not just using temporary, I'm selling this item, so I really want it to be really secure. And then in the back of this bow, there was a tie. I don't know if you can see it. They use a tie instead of a wire, jewel twine. So I'm going to take my wire and put it through. Can y'all see that right there? I'm putting it through the jute because it's already made. If I made my own bow, I would have attached it all together. But I kind of want to show you repurposing here. So now I have my greenery to the bow. Then you want to kind of bring your ribbon again around. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fluff up this bow. And especially you're going to fluff it up now to make sure that your greenery is showing. I love it. Y'all see that? And then what I want to do is I want to add these jingle bells. Now I don't like this twine hanging, and I'm afraid if I cut it, it might come apart. So I'm going to tie it. See that little string that came? If you buy these from Walmart, you'll know what I mean. And just kind of tie it to it. See how it's just hanging? And it's kind of just glued on there, so I just kind of want to tie it. Just secure it somehow. And then I just want to make sure that they're hanging at different heights. This is the tail of my bow, so I'm actually going to hang them like, oopsies. So, come on, little jingle bell. In the back, what I'm doing is I'm wiring, attaching these two jingle bells to my wire so everything is secure. And look how cute that is. Now to me, it looks more of a greenery with, you know, an arrangement with some greenery. And it looks more to me Christmassy than before. Now, if you want to, you can actually take some more greenery and glue it into the bow, and I might do that, and I will show you if I decide to do that. But look at that. So now I'm going to go check on the snowshoe to make sure that it's dry before I attach this to the shoe. Okay, after doing some research, I found out that they used to use these metal snowshoe in the military. And I've seen them different prices. After I put my bow on and with the bell, I will be charging $39.95 in my boot for this item. I think it's a one-of-a-kind item, and I think it's pretty cool. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take my bow, and I am going to attach it more in the center. I think it looks better than on the side as they had it. So I'm just going to take my ribbon, my wire, and don't worry about the fluffing. I will take care of it after. And what I'm doing in the back is I'm just putting the wire that I have from my arrangement, and I am working it around the stem so it'll be more secure. So make sure that it's tight enough and make sure that nothing is out poking or anything like that. So there it is in the center. And then I am going to fluff up my bow, and I will show you a picture of it. I think that I might just go ahead and glue some stem in there. And like I said, I will be charging $39.95 in my booth. And there was already a string up there, and I'm going to leave that. I think this is adorable, one-of-a-kind item to hang on your wall for the holidays. Tell me what you think about it. This is a super easy project. What I wanted to do here is just make something simple to put in my shop to attract maybe the guy that has a man cave with a bar. These are gorgeous bottles. This one, it actually says a name on it, I.W. Harper. I have not looked that up yet, but I will. It does say at the top, federal law forbids ale or reuse of this bottle for more alcohol, I guess. But I'm not using it for that. So what I want to do is I wanted to do something cute. Let me see. I always think that I'm ready, and I'm sit there and then I'm like, I'm not ready yet. Okay, so I have some of these little foam balls that fell from some of the greenery that I purchased. And then I have some of this frosty snow. And I'm just going to put some in a bottle a little bit. This is something that you can do for your own home. I want to resell the bottles, but I just didn't want to bring the bottles just like that. I kind of wanted to do a little something with them. So I have a glitter mess today, let me just tell you. And it's okay because there's some glitter on here that can go in there as well. And you don't need to fill up the whole bottle, you know. You're just going to put a little bit in there. And it's just, if you have bottles like that you have, and you've just been holding on to them. I added some of the glitter that's falling from the pine cones from before. And then I have 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just going to drop some of these in there just to add. And I also have a red stem. I'm not quite sure where I gotten these from. And I'm just going to put it in here. Very simple. Nothing too fancy. And then I'm going to tie a ribbon around the top of it. Let me do this one first here. Look how simple just a bottle, a vintage bottle, can add a little bit of snow and just to add some character to it, and it just changes the whole appearance of it all. Now this one here, you can actually, if you want to Mod Podge something on here, but I want to sell the bottle to someone who, you know, is a collector or could use something like this just to display in their home on a simple shelf or wherever they need a little bit more decor. I'm going to add more here. I am making a mess. It's Christmas time. It wouldn't be Christmas if we wouldn't have a glittery mess, not with it. You can do anything. You can grab any bottles that you have, and you can do the same thing in your home. Something simple, inexpensive, to add a little bit of color of the Christmas season. And this is also cute. You can actually leave it after. It doesn't have to be put away right away, because you can use this just for winter time as well. So I'm just going to add a couple of, I wish I had another one. That's okay. He'll move around. And then again, the same greenery and the same red stem. I wish I remember where I got these from. And then I'm just going to stick them in here simply. And I'm going to bend my stem a little bit. And what you do is you just kind of go back and forth on it and fix it. And a little ribbon. So I looked into my bucket and I found a few more of these little stem to add to this. There we go. Look how pretty that is at the bottom with the snow and the red little foam balls. And I love this ribbon. To me, it calls masculine. It looks masculine. Can't talk to me either, huh? So I'm going to show you very simple. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple bow, like a bow tie bow. Let me pull that ribbon around here. So, okay, and I'm going to cut the wires kind of sticking out here. And I'm just going to go ahead and measure how big I want it. Okay, I'm just going to do a bow tie bow here. Let me move this one before I knock it on the ground. So, I didn't cut my ribbon right away. I want to cut it after to make sure I have enough ribbon. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this kind of bow. Very simple little bow. See how it's not long enough? I'm not happy with that. So I'm glad I didn't cut it. I'm going to make it a little longer. Let's see. There we go. Now I think I'd rather cut this end than not have a nice bow. And then go around and tie your bow tie. Sometimes it's hard to do things backwards. And what you do is you make your bow and you pull if it's the loops are too big for you, and I turn it around so I don't mess this up. Almost did. These scissors are brand new, but they're not the best. And I'm going to make sure that my knot is tied tight enough. Look how simple and cute this is. Something just to add a little bit of color on a shelf, or in this case in my boot, because the main focus here is selling the bottles. So that's the first one. I'm going to use the same ribbon for the second one. This time I'm going to turn it that way so I can do this real quick. This takes no time usually, but because I was doing it backward, it took me a little bit longer. Make your bow like you're tying your shoes and pull on the ribbon. I love simplicity of this. I think it's cute. It's something to add color to any part of your home, like in the guys, or you can have a few of these all together, different heights, and you just decorate your home with it. Jingles playing your own self. Now, come on. I'm going to have to go buy new scissors again. I will finish that on later on. So, if you're closer to the holidays and you want to put fresh greens in here, you could. But look how simple these are. I'm going to sell these in my boot for, depending on how much they are online, but right now I'm looking at about $8.95 a piece. Okay, after doing some research, this is a rare 1940s bottle. It does not have the lid for it. However, these sell for about $18, so I will bring up my price to $12.95 for this bottle. I have not found the make or model of this one yet, but it is a pretty heavy bottle, so I'll have to decide on this one later on. So I hope you enjoyed this item.